Have you ever watched a movie star rise so high that the whole world knew their name, only to see them slowly step away from the spotlight? In this video, we are talking about Meg Ryan, once the bright, cheerful face of romantic movies, now living a much quieter life at 63. Many people wonder what happened and why someone loved by millions suddenly disappeared from the big screen. The truth is not a scandal or some wild rumor. It is something far more human and honestly a little heartbreaking, so stay with me because Meg's story might change how you see fame forever. Meg Ryan was not just an actress. She was the person many people thought of when they thought of romantic movies. Films like Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and You Have Got Mail made her the predictable hero of sweet, hopeful love stories. Her smile, her timing, and her natural way of making characters feel real made her a favorite for millions of fans. She did not need special effects or huge explosions. Just her expressions and her voice were enough. Kids, teens, and adults recognized her everywhere. At one point, Hollywood could not get enough of her. Directors wanted her, studios wanted her, and audiences adored her. She was on magazines, talk shows, and posters everywhere. From the outside, it looked like a perfect life, but that was only what people saw. What most people did not know was how heavy this success felt for her. Being famous is not only about smiling for cameras. It can take away privacy, freedom, and even the chance to live a normal day. Every choice she made became something the public judged. There came a point when the pressure stopped being exciting and started becoming stressful. Paparazzi followed her every step. Reporters wrote stories about her personal life, stories that were not always true. The attention that once felt flattering became overwhelming, and slowly the job she once loved started to feel like a cage. In the early 2000s, Meg's career entered a tough phase. A few of her movies did not do well, and when her personal life became the target of gossip magazines, the public stopped seeing her as the sweet character she often played. People judged her without knowing what was really going on. The media can be harsh, especially on women, and Meg felt the weight of every headline. This was the moment many fans did not notice. She was not just losing work, she was losing her peace, and peace is something no amount of money or fame can replace. So what did she do? She stepped back. Not because she failed, not because she stopped caring, but because she needed room to breathe. Meg started focusing on her son. She took time for herself. She explored things she did not have time for before, like writing and directing. She learned how to live without cameras pointed at her every move. In that quiet, she found something she had missed for years, her own voice. But stepping away came with a cost. Fans wondered where she had gone. Some people made up stories, and others assumed she no longer had a place in movies. Hollywood moved forward quickly, and for a while it seemed to forget the star who once ruled romantic films. This part of her story feels heartbreaking because it reminds us how quickly people can go from adored to ignored, but it also shows strength, because choosing yourself over fame is not easy. There is another reason Meg Ryan's story feels emotional. Hollywood is not kind to aging actors, especially women. Roles become fewer and expectations become harder, and suddenly the same industry that lifted her up began pushing younger faces forward. Imagine spending years building a career only to feel like you are disappearing simply because time is passing. That is something many actors face, but very few talk about it openly. Meg did. She admitted that the pressure to look a certain way made her uncomfortable. She felt judged not for her talent but for her appearance, and that hurts even if you are strong. In recent years, Meg has returned, but on her own terms. She has been involved in smaller projects. She has been writing, directing, and living a calmer life, one that does not demand fame every moment. She is not the romantic movie icon she once was, but maybe that is acceptable. Maybe her real story is not about losing fame, but choosing a healthier life. She has said in interviews that she is happier now, and when you listen to her, you can tell she means it. Still, for fans who grew up watching her movies, there is something bittersweet about seeing such a shining star step out of the spotlight. It reminds us that even the people we admire most can struggle with things we never see. So at 63, Meg Ryan's life is not a tragedy because something terrible happened to her. It is heartbreaking because her story shows the emotional cost of years under the world's watchful eyes, but it is also inspiring because she chose herself. Maybe that is the real message here. Sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is walk away from what the world expects. If you grew up watching her films or you simply respect her journey, tell me in the comments what your favorite Meg Ryan movie is, and if you want more stories like this, make sure you stay with us for the next one.